Non-woke is a philosophy where you embrace the power of nothingness and ignore wokeness. Whereas anti-woke is a more combative philosophy where you actively fight against the woke invasion, the woke virus. So is it better to be non-woke or anti-woke? To me, that's a trick question. I think individuals should be anti-woke, but companies and their products should be non-woke. As I mentioned the woke virus. You know how zombie movies, you can't truly defeat the zombie virus? Once you come into contact with it, you will get infected. Wokeness is something similar, I think. Wokeness is not fun. Nobody likes it. Even the woke people don't like it. It's a cesspool of hatred and anger and misery and discord and division. That's what wokeness is. So even if you are anti-woke, you still need to interact with that cesspool. And no one likes to interact with fecal matter. So even though you're doing the right thing in terms of fighting against it, it's still not good for you. It's still not an escape. You still haven't escaped it. So if a company is crafting a product, in this case games or movies, that should be an escape from reality, an escape from your day-to-day, then you don't want to see what you're fighting against represented, even if you are on that same side. You want to be able to disassociate from that whole thing. I'm going to show you a video here, a watch video. And this, I think, is a good example of why I say companies should be non-woke versus anti-woke.
When I was a little girl, I had this dream that seemed so impossible. I was going to be the fastest runner in the world.
It will be a new world record.
I got this little nugget of an idea from my dad. He used to watch me run and say, "Ain't no woman alive that can beat you." And I believed him. He made me feel invincible. It wasn't easy. I trained hard, harder than anyone else I know. But I was made for this. I was an unstoppable force, a life dedicated to perfection. But even perfection wouldn't be enough.
This is an anti-woke ad. It hits out against the T's of the alphabet in particular. But this ad isn't uplifting. When it started, I thought that what I was going to see was some women training, and they fail once or twice and then they get better and then they train and they get the goal or whatever, and now they're happy, right? That would be a good feeling, that it will reinforce the importance of hard work, dedication to young girls. That's not what I got. Instead, I got a reminder that people don't understand the difference between male and female. So here's the thing about the wokeness stuff. So companies that go woke, you ever notice that it's never enough? They can never be woke enough. Meanwhile, if it's non-woke, we non-woke people can be satisfied with something and we can move on. I like sexy women in games. I can watch play Soul Calibur 6. I can mod Skyrim, for example. See Ivy there, right? Or my player character in Skyrim, have that nice and good. But then I can move over to, let's say, Sekiro. I didn't really like that game, but I don't need to have that same aesthetic in Sekiro. I can move over to Forza, and I say I don't need to have that same aesthetic in Forza. Forza 5 needed some spice, to be honest. So you can't go to Mexico and don't have some cartel shootout and stuff like that, right? I don't say, okay, I need every single game to have these very attractive, scantily clad, buxom female characters to represent my interest, and if they don't, then the game is directly attacking me, and that is heterophobic. That's not how normal people think. But the woke demand that all games have their alphabet messaging, and even when most games have it, they're still not happy. They can't look at a game they would have 9 games come out, all pushing the ideology. And if that 10th game don't push it, it doesn't even have to be anti-woke, you know. Now this is the crazy thing about the woke people. They will perceive any form of non-support or non-compliance as being antagonistic towards them. You don't even have to be anti-woke for them to get upset, but the game just simply has to not push their narrative, and they cry and complain that it's a shame it's not diverse and whatever. And that is the type of nonsense that you will be interacting with, even if the game or the product is, or the company in this case ad is anti-woke. You're still engaging with that. It's not positive. So that's why even me, I will make these videos, right? But it's a more cathartic. It's for me to get these things off of my chest. But in terms of having fun, that's where the Monster Hunter videos come from. And the Ori, I should probably go back and play that. And the Ori videos, and when I play Soul Calibur and King of Fighters, those are fun. So it's just a thought that came to me after watching that watch ad video in particular, where I was thinking this, I personally would have preferred if that ad was non-woke rather than anti-woke. So just to reiterate, I think people should be anti-woke because we need to fight against this virus. But companies, your job is to sell a product. Stay away from it and just being non-woke.